y'all? This is Novi's Machinations ASMR, back with a new video. So, first off, I want to thank Ruby Loves You for suggesting that I do the camera tapping video, which I shadow dropped last night, and this video, the ASMR in nature. Hey, if you have an idea of a video, drop it in the comments. It may just become a video. Anyway, I've tried filming several times, and the last time I had a perfect take, but I accidentally hit the button and stopped recording in the middle of my broken hand story. So I'm going to start off with that. And before I get started with it, I'm just going to let you know, the bugs have it out for me today. They have orders to attack me on sight. So I won't be going to the bushes too much. Also, I really can't identify any of these plants, and it would be just my luck to touch a plant that gives me some kind of funny rash. But I do like being in nature, contrary to that. Anyway, there's this idea I have for a trigger, and it just occurred to me while I was outside here trying to get a clean take for this video. Bowding balls. If you don't know what they are, they're basically like these weighted metal balls that you use to exercise your hand. They have bells in them, and they make like this metallic dragging noise, and the bells ring when you rotate them in the palm of your hand. How I came to know about these? 2 seconds. There's a trigger. And for those of you who don't know, this is not just a hut, this is a tower, as you can see. And the stairs are actually super steep in there. I've been up to the top one time because they only open it once a year. And I have a photo that was taken at the top of it. Maybe I'll post that in the communities page, if I can find the photo, which I'm pretty sure I will. Anyway, back to my broken hand story. I was riding my bike past this park. This was like when I was 19, and I hit something in the street, and I went headfirst over the handlebars and landed on this hand and broke the bone that leads to my middle finger. Anyway, I didn't know it was broken, so I went home, I had dinner, and then my hand started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and swelled up like a navel orange. And I figured I better go to the hospital. So I go there, and they put me in a soft cast and tell me to keep the cast on for 2 weeks and come back. And in those 2 weeks, the fracture healed. But the doctor said that I would not get the same range of movement in this hand that I have in this hand. So I ran to this guy that worked at a radio station that I kind of knew, and I told him my problem, and he said, go buy bowding balls. They'll exercise your hand, and you'll get your movement back. So I went and I bought them, and it was one whole day. It was a Sunday where I got up, I put them in my hand, and just exercised my hand all day long. So they're metal, like they're polished, and they have bells inside them. If you've seen Boys in the Hood, Dre's father, Furious, is actually using them in a scene towards the end of the movie. I think that would be an elite trigger. So, I'm so immature. That would be an elite trigger. So, that might be a video coming soon. Also, I had the idea of doing ASMR in high places. I've done that for like the last 3 takes, and it cracks me up every time. I don't think I could do it here because the one time a year it opens up, there are a lot of people who want to go up there and look at the same view that they see. The funny thing is, I'm in the Boston area, Boston to the observatory and do some ASMR outside on like this outer area where you can walk around the building. I think that would be nice, but I'll have to do it in the off season because I don't want there to be too many people around. On the bright side though, I do have some updates to the channel. So you probably already noticed it's a lot steadier than the last video right now because I'm not using my hand to hold it. Well, technically I am, but I'm using a selfie stick. It also doubles as a tripod. And in keeping with the budget nature of this channel, I got this, a ring light and a microphone set for $5 a piece. So it's like $15. So, this is making my life easier. This little remote on here where I can start and stop the recording. So this will have a cleaner like look to it. But I think I'm still gonna do, actually no, I'm not gonna do that as an outro because it doesn't go completely to black in daylight. I'm also not trying to smack my phone out of this because understand, with a $5 selfie stick, you get what you pay for. But I'm happy to have it, and I think it's gonna do a lot good for the channel. So, another trigger. It's not that great in my opinion, but I'm still gonna like do it just in case. Is this tree? To be honest, I think this is like the same sound that I would get if I was like tapping on a rock. There are some rocks nearby. I'll have to test that theory. In fact, no time like the present. My other story is a story about a jar of peanut butter and a deer. But that'll come in a moment. In fact, what am I doing? Going down like there to tap on rocks when I have one rock and a big rock right here. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. And it's in great shape. That is a little different. Honestly, I like this better. I think the bugs on the other side of the park might have just gotten the word. They're supposed to attack me on sight. So, I don't know how much longer I'll be here. But I'll stay long enough to tell you a story. Anyway, I was walking across this park as a shortcut to get from the mall, which is that way, to my home, which was that way. Anyway, one day I wanted to have peanut butter cookies. I looked in the kitchen and I didn't have any peanut butter. So I was like, bruh, I'm gonna have to go to Market Basket. So I go to Market Basket, I buy a big jar of peanut butter, and I don't take a bag. I just carry the jar of peanut butter down the street. And when I get to this golf course and park, I cut through like I normally would. I'm in the home stretch of the golf, like the golf course. And I'm in the final clearing. All I gotta do is go through a hole in the fence and through some trees, and I'm 2 blocks from my house. Well, I freeze up because this deer comes out of the clearing, and it's like if I'm trying to find something where like if I'm here, the deer is like okay, so if I'm here, the deer was like a little past that tree. And he's big, he's like 7 feet tall. And you can see I'm kinda like average height, because I'm 5'9". My driver's license says 5'10". Don't tell anybody. But I stop, and he stops and looks at me. And he's looking at me hard too. I guess he wanted peanut butter cookies too. But the good thing is, after 30 solid seconds of staring, he went on his own way and he passed the vibe check. We both passed the vibe check. Southeast Steak with a remote. So